basically, I have found that fear, when people argue, when we fight, it's like we have to wake up all of that energy in us just to say, I don't like this, I don't like that. This is where the argument comes in. It's fear, you know. But we have to produce all of this energy to do it. And I see dogs the same way. They come into my facility. Over the years or months that you've had them, they just build up this energy just to say, I'm not familiar with other dogs. I don't know how to socialize, you know? And and then when I bring them in and give them what they want, you know, then what we find is that the stress and the frustration reduces. And then we're able to see what's in them. It's kind of looking at them from the inside out. And when we see a formerly aggressive dog playing with multiple dogs of different personalities, we get a chance to see what's really in them, who they really are, not who they became. So if I look at that and I see them playing and smiling and having a wonderful time, but they came in here because they were being aggressive, then we must know that this is really who the dog is. And this is who he became. It doesn't mean that they can't be both, but they would much rather be this. And the stress that causes the aggression, the dominance, is the stress that the human being has placed on the dog by not understanding the law of how they process information. Because we all want our dogs to be happy. We want them to be smiling and want them to play with other dogs. But what we do behind closed doors, what we do at home, is interfering with what we really want. Let me say this. If I want my dog to be friendly with other animals or smaller animals, don't go home and throw a squeaky stuffed toy. He's not going to like rabbits or squirrels. He's going to go after them and he wants to shake them and he wants to make them squeak. Now, the human being, because we're able to look inward and outward, we can say, well, I gave him that because I want to make him happy. I want to make him entertained. So I'm going to give him this toy. But it doesn't mean I want him aggressive. The animal who cannot look in, only look out, sees that and says, oh, this is what you want me to go after. So you want me to go after squirrels because I'm dominating and disciplining and killing them, the stuffed animal, but now he's running. So it's waking up my prey type to go after that, the cat, the rabbit, or so forth. We don't want to do that with our dogs. We need to be very truthful with what we're doing. It's like that blade of grass that comes up through the concrete. That's a law. That's true. The human being sees it. I'm amazed every time I see it. You go over and you pluck it out. I've altered that. But it will right itself and it will grow back through again. This is how dogs are. They're created in truth and righteousness. They're trying to balance the equation all the time. The human being comes in, alters it, alters it, alters it, alters it. And what happens is sometimes it's altered so much that the dog takes on another pattern of dealing with things, another behavioral problem, you see? And then it still tries to right itself. And that's why when the dog comes to me and I talk to it the way nature intended for it to process information, we see that it begins to right itself and balance itself. And then it gets back with the owner, and because the owner is not understanding what I'm talking about, they begin to do the thing that produced the neurotic behavior in the first place. And then we blame the dog for something that we produced. And that's a problem. So if you don't understand the law, you're going to always have the problem.